Am I the a-hole for being a teenager with depression? I, female 14-year-old, have always had a great relationship with my father, male 41-year-old, and he has been nothing but a fantastic parent throughout my entire life. He has moved mountains for me, and I could not be any happier to have such an amazing person to call my dad. The thing is, around 2023, I went through an extreme depressive episode due to quarantine locking me in the house and placing me into virtual learning. So I never really got the chance to make any new friends and was always stuck in the house well after the coronavirus disease 2019 lockdown had passed because it was convenient for me to stay in the school I was at. I dealt with this for months and was absolutely terrified of telling anyone other than the few trusted friends I had made online, and of course, they supported me. However, eventually it had gotten to a point where much deeper thoughts were well on my mind. I finally gathered what little courage I had to tell my dad and ask for help, and at first, he seemed supportive. Comforting me, hugging me, telling me there was no reason to feel the way I did while I cried. It was nice to have that support while it lasted. He took me with him to go shopping a couple days after, and everything seemed completely fine until he started getting irritable. Cursing under his breath, getting mad at the smallest things, and eventually it had turned into yelling. I asked him why he was so upset, to which he responded, his words not mine, "Because you are depressed." I was utterly shocked at what he had just told me, and I said nothing. He continued to yell on about how he had given me an amazing life, and this is how I had repaid him, how I had absolutely no reason to feel like this, and asking if it was his fault. In that period of time, I could not speak, could not breathe, and was practically on the edge of throwing up due to the sheer amount of panic that was rushing through my body. Never in my life had he reacted like this to anything I have told him before. I felt betrayed, disrespected, and disregarded as his daughter in that moment, but at the same time, I could not help but feel guilty. What if it was my fault I was feeling this way? Maybe I was overreacting? I talked to him about what happened a few days later, and he did not even remember anything until I jogged his memory, to which he told me again that I had absolutely no reason to feel the way I did, and that he did not believe me. It has been 2 years since this happened, and yet I still cannot get the scenario out of my head. Just typing it out now makes me want to cry. The absolute blatant disregard for my feelings when he told me my depression was invalid made me feel like he was right, and while I know not to believe him, I cannot help but wonder if maybe I am just a terrible daughter. What do you think, Reddit? Too long. Did not read. I told my dad I was depressed, and he in return gave me a panic attack, telling me it is my fault. Now I am thinking I might be a bad daughter. Make sure to comment what you think. Leave a like and follow.